and welcome to the show. Today our guest is John Wood. He is the Chief Training Officer of Train-A-Tech. He is known for recent innovations in training tradesmen and salespeople for the security industry. And we'll be discussing a way that you can literally increase your revenues by up to 35% and increase employee satisfaction at the same time. John, thanks for joining us today.
Hello, and thanks for having me.
So, exactly how can you increase a security installing company's revenue by as much as 35%? Like, what's the secret?
As you can imagine, there is no magic trick. Unless, of course, you marry your best customer's daughter. That would probably help some. But what I'm talking about is decreasing the time installers and servicemen spend trying to figure out the equipment that they're installing. When you look at it, there are 27 new products introduced into the security market every single day of the week, all through the year. And that, of course, it really overwhelms and floods everyone. Now, the point of training is to help people get a handle on the new things and get a foundation on the old things in any kind of a trade or any kind of intellectual pursuit. So what we are doing is we are trying to focus our efforts right on what the installer needs. So we go after the technology and we go after the basis of the technology. We also use a multimodal approach because tradesmen, they're not big readers in many cases. Lawyers, they love to sit and quietly read, but tradesmen love to create things. They love to work with their hands. They didn't really, many of them get into the business to learn how to do IP networks and computer work. But they're bright people and they really don't have a lot of problem with it if they're trained the right way. And that's what we're going for. In fact, our newest training programs, we actually mail the equipment out to the installer, and he assembles it and makes it work, commissions it right in his home or in his workplace. And so he knows exactly what he's doing, and he's certified by actually commissioning the equipment before he's put out in the field. That's a huge step forward because in the past, tradesmen may or may not have been trained. Sometimes they aren't trained until after the equipment's rolled out and has been installed for months. Sometimes they're not trained at all. In fact, the average tradesman in the electronic security industry, the average technician, has less than 100 hours of training in his entire career. And if you think about a lawyer who does complex work as well, they have almost 4,000 hours of training, minimum, to get what they're doing. And then after that, they can have up to another 5,000 hours of ongoing training during their career. So I'm addressing a need, and the technicians seem to love it. They enjoy the training. I have literally dozens of testimonials of how much fun they had and how much they enjoyed the training that's actually quite difficult. It's very technical and it's very specialized. I also teach them, or can teach them, how to sell. And one of the secrets to making a company more productive is to have everybody selling. Anyone who has contact with a customer is the sales voice of the company. And that has helped a lot of my customers really up their revenues and has also increased the satisfaction of their people. Because added income is something everybody likes. The technicians can make a little for selling. And it does. It really does help.
So now mentioning the sales staff, let's get a little deeper into that. So what exactly can you do for them?
Well, there's a lot we can do for them. The sales guru, Chet Holmes, his second rule of making a company more profitable states, train, train, train. The best organizations that will dominate the future have the best training now. I believe in that. I was trained in a professional training institute as a salesman, and it helped me. I started out as an engineer, and I was very uncomfortable selling. But when I went through professional training, I became comfortable and became very productive. and I made very good money for myself and my employer. In that way, we let them, the salespeople, know exactly what they're selling, because many of them have never had any formal training. They ride along when they start in the company, they learn the paperwork, and then the rest is just left to their instincts. Well, instincts are great, but training helps them understand what they're doing, helps them focus on the tasks they need to focus on, makes their time more productive, and makes them more productive. So it's a win-win all the way around. It really has been a win, and a lot of the large corporations we do business with are quite excited about our training, and we've done hundreds of trainings at this point, well over 500 trainings in the last year and a half. Now, we've kind of neglected the smaller companies, and the smaller companies are the stars of tomorrow, and that's what our goal is for this year. Is to, in 2013, coming up, we're going to enroll more of the smaller companies and try to help them get productive and be the stars of tomorrow. So that's what we're up to.
And you mentioned, all this history that you have here. So how long have you actually been working in the security training field?
Well, that's about a 28-year story. I've trained thousands of technicians and salespeople for many of the most prestigious manufacturers and installation companies in the industry. In fact, my ideas about training, after having done literally thousands of trainings for large corporations, led me to make Train-A-Tech, and has led me to the training principles that I follow now. As I pursued my professional career in training, I'm getting my PhD, it became clear to me that a number of things weren't being addressed that could make the process more fun and speedier. So that's what we're doing, and we're getting some great response.
Well, fantastic, and good luck on that PhD. That's going to be wonderful to have that feather in your bonnet.
Yeah, it actually has been a lot more fun than I thought it would be.
Well, thanks very much, John, for joining us. Very interesting company. Sounds like you're really forging ahead.
Thanks, Kirsten. It's been a pleasure.
We've been speaking with John Wood. He is the Chief Training Officer with Train-A-Tech. You can check out their website at trainatech.com. Thanks, everyone, for watching.